I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet,
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Here begins the demo prologue of Metaphor ReFantazio.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold. Ah, a most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation? More than wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds. This must be what you believe. I confess, my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself. So, let this tale begin.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming, mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? How'd they get one of those?
Come on, hey, keep it moving up! Next one! Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder. So he is. No horns, no knife ears. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like us.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Ugh, this place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Luis saving us? Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
What mission?
Come on! This is no time for jokes. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back. Think we'll make it?
Should find a place to see the whole area. Tutorial dungeon. Basic controls. Use the movement keys to move. Hold right trigger while moving to dash. Push B to dodge an enemy attack. Some actions you can perform and their corresponding controls are displayed at the bottom of the screen. You can also use the minimap to see which way to go. You can view tutorials you've seen before in the main menu.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Stop!
Don't move.
Watch out!
Yeah, those look especially dangerous, so watch out. I don't think they've noticed us yet. Press left trigger to use face sight. The ability lets you see what Gallica senses in the environment. When you see an enemy you've never confronted before, it will show up as unknown. Prepare as best as you can.
Yikes! I think we're in a little over our heads.
So which way should we go?
Hurry! They found us! Get ready, everyone! They look pretty tough. Careful now. Look! Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Refresh my memory?
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives? First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Right.
As though music is playing directly in my mind, the effect of Gallica's magic is
Music
inspiring.
was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier.
That's awesome.
Look! Over there!
What a relief. Grand Trade is already in sight.
Let's go.
Alright there, let's keep moving, stay on sight.
Everything's pretty standard. It's all clear. I don't like this. Great find. Keep it. Run!
Oh god.
I think they see us. Not good! Run for it!
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Ukrainia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
Whoa, just look!
Whoa.
Get on with it, then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
careful!
Hurry!
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only elder here, in the whole city even. Capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Plamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey Elda kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best, the saint, could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt His Highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed His Highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Hey, are you listening? Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers. So?
You know where we're going? Feel free to admit that you're lost and ask me for advice. Press the right bumper to open local map if you're unsure of what to do. Try pressing Y. Gallica always has good ideas or she thinks so. Press up on the D-pad and areas to save.
Whatever will I do?
Oh, heck yeah. I love the menus, the voices. Everybody's doing so well.
Let's go see.
We don't have time for detours right now. If you're lost, check your map. Just go straight down the main street. You should find the recruitment center.
Oh, come off it.
Ah, it's the Elda. Why is one of your kind here in Grand Tan? I have business here. Silence. Sanctimism teaches us that the Elda are an evil tribe that defy the teaching. So get back. Stay away from me, you fiend. Devilish magic, she says. If you were so magical, I doubt you have it so hard in life. She's aggravating. But let's not cause a stink. I hope Count Louis gets control of again. Oh, there's people to talk to. Here, I want to talk to everybody. Nothing.
Damn.
As long as the sanctified Warden is alive and well, there shouldn't be any problem.
So you?
An Elda, huh? Pretty unusual in these parts. Oh, not trying to be rude, just mind yourself. The city ain't the friendliest to us inferiors. Appreciate the advice. You be careful or they'll get you too, just like us Prius.
Simply amazing.
Look over there. You can see the royal palace. No, wait, that's not right. That's where the Grand Cathedral is. At least I assume so, since it's off the main street. Seems to me sancticism is the real privileged thing around here. Even more so than the monarchy.
An Elder? Here?
Listen to the flustered coachman. Imbecile of a driver. How long will this take? Can't help but notice we passed the recruitment center back there. I bet I could register for the army faster than this carriage can exit the city. So hurry it up, before I put the bounty on the horse's head.
If I may.
Now, sir, please have patience with the royal funeral approaching. Foot traffic is an all-time high.
Look at that. The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
I guess that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
What's a magic igniter?
What's a magic igniter?
See? There's a couple in the window. Like an instrument plays a tune, an igniter casts magic. Pretty hard to come by out in the countryside. Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic. Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say, you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
The royal.
No thanks.
What a shame.
How would you even know what the royal scepter looks like to begin with? You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty, passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic, world-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead, with no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution, then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Let's head there.
You are.
Ah, the recruitment place. Go down the street towards the cathedral and it'll be on the building on the left. You're looking to list as a soldier? Not like there's other work for the elders, I guess. Don't make assumptions. Oh, you think you're better than the grime of the sunshade brow you crawled out of? You're in for a rude awakening, boy.
Give it a fool, I say. Who else can it be?
Where's the chit-chat that I missed?
This is a joy!
Do the Lycoan Magic Association's igniters have to be so expensive? Though I suppose all magic igniters are pretty costly. I hear you, mate. Maybe I'll lodge a complaint with the shop owner. You know, I did at the exchange earlier. Well, this shop is owned by Brigitte Lycoan. I hear she isn't one of the to be trifled with. Regardless, I'm a paying customer. Let me speak. I joined the army because I looked up to Lord Louis, but now I get my arse handed to me if I so much as mention. What's the state army gonna do now? We won't find any decent recruits given the messy state of things currently. Oh, there's more over here.
Oh God, grant me guidance. Close your aim.
The royal funeral for His Majesty the King will be held at the Grand Cathedral. Naturally, His Eminence Forden will be in attendance as well. You may gather at the Grand Cathedral on the day of the event.
What am I to do?
Nobody expected His Majesty's passing. There's no heir either. The Sanctus Church had him wrapped around their finger. He was good as dead to begin with. My concern is how the annexed countries will react when they discover the royal bloodline is no more. I hope we can avoid a civil war.
Leave it out, mate.
I was hoping that we'd be blended with the crowd and no one would notice that you're an elder, but the people here have sharper eyes than I thought. You don't want to draw attention, but hiding your tribe is only going to make it worse. People may insult you, but do your best to stand tall.
All right.
Easier said than done, I'm sure, but it's for the sake of the mission. And on that note, the recruitment center we're looking for should be just ahead.